Amani Baya is my name.
Okay, you do?
Yes. I'm a musician, I'm a drummer. I play with drums. My earliest memories of music. So I remember growing up in a musical family, and being part of an amazing band, and my dad carrying me all around, going everywhere, even when I was asleep or tired, and he wouldn't leave me anywhere. He would make sure that I would go with him, with everybody else, and playing all over the country, gospel music, and it was amazing. It was amazing being part of such a family. I started playing drums when I was like 5 years. So you can imagine starting at 5 and just playing all through. Well, I went to school like everybody else, like every kid, but there were very strict rules at home. So because music was a very big part of the family, from school you would either eat or read or sleep or practice. I started playing with teens, mikebe and stuff like that. So that's what I started on. And I picked it up, pole pole. My dad bought me, there was a drum that was used as a table, a small one. So my dad bought me that one as well. So I picked it up from that as well. And then when our family band started playing a bit more, then we had a friend who had equipment, music equipment, and my dad used to borrow so that we would try, and so everyone kind of picked up something. And because I had already started with mikebe and all that stuff, I tried sitting on the drums. I was short then, I was small. So I would have to sit on the drum, on the throne, on the seat, and my feet wouldn't get to the bottom. So I would sit like one of my legs would be like that. So many people who grew up in the late 80s and early 90s, I think most of them can remember. And I think one of the most conspicuous things about the group was that it was a family band. Ladies, boys, everyone used to play and sing. I do a little bit of singing. I do a little bit of writing as well. Talent is the one thing that I think as African parents, for the longest time, haven't really paid attention to. Growing up, everyone said, I'm a doctor, I'm an engineer, I'm a pilot. You go to school, they ask you what you want to be because that's what you hear around you. That's what you say you want to be. But I always ask myself, if everyone was an engineer, if everyone was a doctor, if everyone was a pilot, if everyone was doing all that, then we would have so much talent that is wasted because there's so many people who do music naturally, like who do music naturally very well, even without thinking about it. There's so many people who do writing. There's so many people who do painting. There's so many people who are interested in cars and stuff like that. Being creative is one of the smartest things someone can do or can be, because creating something that will outlive you, something that people will learn from, some people will use that as a reference. It's not easy, and most of these people have gone to school, have gone to school, they've been to college, they have their degrees and stuff like that. Thing is, most of those people decided to follow their passion, and leave the academics aside. And you see, most of those people have been forced to pursue a different path. There was that one thing that I loved to do, and that was drumming, playing drums. I told myself, this is what I want to do because this is my comfort zone. This is what I love to do. So I pushed myself into it, and the people that I worked around and I worked with around that time, they also pushed me. I met people like Helen Mtawali, people like Juma Tutu then, and they put me under their wings, and they taught me how to work with people, different groups, and from that point, I think my path just started to shine pole pole. Met different people along the way, met different artists along the way. It's a business that pays like in any other field. It's a very good business, only if you approach it like a business. I think the notion also has been that music as an entertainment field is just for fun. But apart from the fun, there's money in it as well. I went through such a time as well, such a moment where, I would work and then I would not see, I would not see the money, I would not see anything. But then I was very persistent because that's what I loved to do. And I have seen what is possible when you approach it as a job, like any other job. And if you're professional and diligent and work hard and just have good relationships with people, you will see it work. There is money in there. There are different kinds of drums. So in layman's language, we can say there is acoustic drums, the ones that people know a lot and they see a lot. And then there is electric drums, those ones you have to plug into the system for you to hear. Or if you have it at home, you can plug in your headphones. No one else can hear. And then there is percussions. It's part of the drums as well. Percussionists. I have few percussionists around. My friend Kasiva is one of the most amazing percussionists. I would say in layman's language, those are the kind of drums. No instrument is very, very easy to play unless you get to learn and know the dynamics of that instrument. So say for percussions, you need to understand what the percussions are first and what they do and what a percussionist needs to do. And for the drums as well, because there are people who are multi-talented or multi-instrumental. Percussions can play drums and can play any other instrument as well. So it's not a guarantee that if you know how to play the acoustic drums, you can play the percussions. The drums are the foundation. Everything is built on. So there's the drum and bass. The drum is the first piece of, if you're building a foundation, that's the first thing you will have to do. And then the bass comes on top of it. And then everything else is placed on top of it. So the drummer is like the glue that holds everyone in the band together. It's the person that holds every other instrument together. Because everything else would be like floating if there is no beat to it. You see, a beat to it or a tempo, movement, that's where the drums come in. So even if you hear a song start with either a keyboard or a guitar, they play something. into a particular tempo. So many people think that when you sit on the drums, you just play. Both your feet and the hands are working, and they all coordinate to form a beat. I have worked with a guy called Mutinda. I don't know if people can remember. He was the first person that actually took me out of the country many years ago. So Mutinda, I've worked with Nameless, Waire. I've worked with Size 8 before she was Size 8 Reborn. I have worked with Sauti Soul. I have worked with the individuals in the Sauti Soul group as well. I have worked with Eunice Njeri. I've worked with Banner Boy before. When an opportunity comes, of course, there's that part of me that would decide if this is something that I want to be part of or not. But I work with basically anyone, as long as that we can agree on the basis of work, and anything else that comes, then we can decide. Working with all these people, I get to learn so much from them. I also get to impart them in a way. You see, so many people are giving up along the way because we cannot see what's happening. We cannot see the fruits of our labor and stuff like that. So I think that's the first thing that the government needs to do. The digital space is really, really good, but then not everyone is in that digital space as well. So it's also important for people to get to know how they can earn something from that digital space.